For many years, musicians and people involved with the entertainment business have had to deal with complaints from the public without a quantifiable method of measuring how the complaint has been put through, or what's the offending level of music or sound.
Is it your understanding that at the moment the way that the Royal Gibraltar Police and the Environmental Agency are tackling noise complaints is that they are responding to complaints rather than checking necessarily to see whether a level of decibels has been exceeded by an event?
The way that it currently works, or my understanding anyway, the way that it currently works, it's based on complaints. So if a person complains about a certain level of noise or music or sound, then the authorities act upon that. The question is, I mean, sometimes is it a genuine complaint, sometimes is it not a genuine complaint, and there has to be a way of actually measuring that, which is what we're after. I mean, we're not sort of criticising any particular venue, we're not criticising the government because they've been very supportive of us. It's just a way of working together so that we can come up with a legislation which then helps us to determine how these complaints are going to be acted upon and which way the law can actually then act upon these complaints. And it's about finding a balance. Mm-hmm. It's about finding a balance for the event, and it's also about finding the balance for people to enjoy their peace and quiet at home. So this is why we're looking at how we can, possibly work with government to create a legislation where we can measure things. There are certain levels of decibels which have already been put out or displayed by the World Health Organization and other organisations around the world, including organisations in the UK for deaf people, etc., etc. And those we can use, and we can incorporate that in Gibraltar. So that's the sort of type of thing that we're after.
So at present, an event may be asked to switch off its music if there is a sustained number of complaints.
It is complaints driven. Anybody can make a complaint about anything. Some of them may be genuine, I'm not saying that they're not, but there's no way of actually measuring that. There's no way of us determining the factor. At the end of the day, what we want is to be able for Gibraltar to boom musically. That's what MAG is all about, to help Gibraltar boom in the music sense. And the only way we can do that is by working with the authorities, working with the homeowners as well, and trying to come together and find a nice little balance.
Live music has enjoyed a few good months really after the COVID lockdowns. People want to be outdoors, they want to enjoy a good ambiente with friends and family, locals and tourists alike.
Definitely, yeah. There's a really big appetite for music in Gibraltar, and for for venues to have music, and for people to actually going out and enjoying a meal or a drink. We're starting to work with international bands now, which is one that came in last Friday, and that's really what we want. We want everybody to enjoy that environment, so you can go out and that something is going on. You don't have to look for something, I've got to go to such a venue, I've got to go to such a venue. You've got a sort of a plethora of venues in Gibraltar you can actually pick and choose from. That's really the idea. So there's music for everyone, and there's a different style of entertainment for everyone as well.
And has the Musicians Association had a chance yet to sit down with government and discuss how you'd like to see this issue of noise complaints dealt with in the future?
We've had meetings with the government, particularly Minister Cortés from Environment and Culture, on a number of different issues. We've also requested a meeting with the Chief Minister, and hopefully we'll get that soon, because there's a number of other issues that we want to discuss with him, and this is one of the ones that we want to bring up with the Chief Minister as well as with Minister Cortés, so that we can see if we can work on the legislation a little bit together.